What is up, my friends? Anthony here, 6 Scale Mafia, man. We are Monday morning, Monday evening, with Joost, my friend from Jazzinc, man. We were gonna do Friday, but we had some issues, and now we're here now. So, welcome, my friend. Been a minute.
Yeah. I was making some really last minute adjustments to the folder so that we can organize this.
Just saying hello, and I'll say hello to everybody in the chat. And that's perfect, man.
Yeah, I'm just organizing.
We got a lot to talk about though today. So while you make some final adjustments, I'll just say what's up to everybody in the chat real quick. See who's here early. We got Benjamin Green. What's good, my friend? Thanks for coming as well.
Always here. I love that.
You were here early, so. Aaron Grove is with us. Should be an interesting one. Thank you. And see who else we got in here. We'll say hi before we kind of get into some stuff. What is up, my man? TGD. Everybody's YouTube's names are weird now. So but what's up, man? They are like they're showing like you know what I mean? Like something happened on YouTube. I don't get it. So Ron is good. What's up, my friend? Finally catching a stream before it starts. Yeah, man. And Charlie Unicorn, Seahawks. What's up, my friend? Tim Harvey as well is here. Hey, bro, what a great way to start the week. Mafia and Joost. Go. Philly is also here. Figurecraft, what's up, my friend? Got a lot of people in here. He, she as well. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe. Appreciate it. Timothy Dickinson as well. So ready for this? Yeah, we got some good stuff to talk about today. Keith as well is here. What's up, my friend? Who else do we have before we kind of get into it today? Ryan as well. Hello, my friend. Can't wait to see the updates on Catwoman. Yeah.
Which one?
That's definitely, well, yeah, which one, right? So King Dingling also here. What's up? Can't wait to hear the latest news. Jeff as well. What's up, man? How you doing, man? Movie Cannon as well, my friend. Hector, of course. 16 Shape. What's up, too? Who else do we have in here? Anthony Stanfield. What's good, man? Looking forward to the impending arrival of my 66 Batcycle. Yeah, that's been shipping out, right?
Yeah. And because we use the sea shipment, it just takes a
little while.
It feels like forever, 30 to 40 days to get there. But it's really not only much cheaper, but we can ship it duties included, so you're not hit with any tariffs or any taxes or duties. So that's the big advantage of adding that last year. Basically, so that people don't have problems with the tariffs anymore. So there's no risk, basically.
No, that's good, and I do. But this whole hobby's a waiting game. But I understand that too, especially when like stuff's ready and it's shipping, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's shipping! I want it now! But you know, eventually.
And then there are those people who buy the air shipping, so they pay a whole lot, and then people are like, "Why? How come he's already got it? Yeah, he paid $500 for shipping. That's why."
Yeah, we flew it to him, so So yeah. Damn it, Spock. What's good, man? Hey, Mafia and Joost. One more payment on Catwoman. Waiting eagerly. Dude, awesome, man. J Street as well. Joost the GOAT. Hell yeah. Windman 42 is also here. Always up for a chat with you two fine gentlemen. Good day, everyone. Good day to you as well. Agent Silver Fox, Captain Kirk himself. Hey guys, let's get some juicy news. Of course, DK as well. What's up, my man? And I always call him Captain Kirk because he was wearing this shirt. That's like it's an inside joke, man. And so it's pretty funny, man, to me anyway. But Steven as well, man. Good evening, Joost from frigid New York. Yeah, it's cool.
We'll be visiting New York in July, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, you're going to be in New York in July?
Yeah.
What's going on in New York in July?
No, nothing. We had a couple of people to meet.
Okay.
So, no, all right. So maybe that's a cool thing to do for news first. For the people who missed it, we will be attending San Diego Comic-Con.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes,
that's San Diego.
Yes, that's very right. So, all right. So, okay. So, I'm working together with Factor Entertainment. Those guys are just great. Awesome. And so Jordan, I don't know if you because in the interviews usually it's Barry. But Jordan. Yeah. All right. So Jordan is the owner, the OG, the guy who was Master Replicas, right? In a previous life, and he's like, yeah, we might have a bit of space we can allocate for you in the booth if you would be willing to come. And we're like, yeah. So we're going to be in San Diego, and I promised the boys to show them America. So we're going to land in New York a week before Comic-Con, I've got a couple of business people to meet there anyway. Go to Washington, show them Washington, and then we'll fly to the West Coast. First LA, because I got to meet the people at Warner Brothers and probably at Universal Studios. And then we'll take the train. End of the trip be in San Diego for the last few days of the show.
Oh, that's awesome. So you guys will really almost in a way tour America of sorts. You're taking a train.
Yeah.
Boys, right? They can just,
Yeah. And so,
that'll be cool.
And I look forward, seeing San Diego Comic-Con in person. There's a lot of people who heard about it and were like, okay, I'm getting tickets. So I'm getting to finally meet a lot of people. Philly from Figuregraft is like, I'm going to be there. And lots of people.
A lot of people. I think Mario will likely be there, right? I mean, there's a lot of, wow, that's going to be, I wonder if I can make it. Because the problem with San Diego is every time that happens, it's like, I need to be in Vegas shortly thereafter for the Star Trek convention.
Right.
So like mentally, I'm like, I don't want to do both. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Then like come home and then like a week later, I'm in Vegas. But maybe that'll be freaking sweet, man.
Yeah. And so we've already. So you will be able to see the production version of Catwoman live at San Diego. You will be able to see the production version most likely of Penguin and animated Batman, so you'll see final versions of those, and then we'll have prototypes of 1966 Catwoman, Lynda Carter Wonder Woman, and we want to have an early prototype of KITT at the show. And possibly an early production version of the 12 scale Batwing. So those things, that's what we're shooting for, to have for people who wanted to see it in person. So that's the plan, and then maybe add some more stuff if we can.
Man, that would be sweet. Lyle, what's good as well, man? What's 6 scale, man, bro? Can you make a 6 scale Mafia with a Scooby-Doo van?
Yeah, and
okay.
I'm sorry, I was reading Figurecraft. It was like maybe you can grab some SDC booth footage. I'm very sure that Philly will. So Scooby Van, that would be the first person to ask me that in 10 years of doing business. So I don't see that happening.
With me though.
Yeah.
See, a 6 scale Mafia with a Scooby-Doo van.
Oh, okay. So but that changed it. Then that's going to be hotcake, big seller for sure.
That could work. Yeah, no. A voodoo doll, maybe. No. So, but I'll say a couple more hi to people in the chat real quick, and then we will get in. Christopher Ali says, I'm watching this while receiving my 6 scale Batwing. Just got it from FedEx. Thanks, Joost.
Cool.
Awesome. Batman collectibles as well. I joined the waitlist for the 68. Here's hoping it'll happen for me. Hello, Mafia and Joost. Hello to you. Hopefully.
South America. France, we've got people coming from everywhere,
from all over the world. Of course. Oh yeah, of course. Damn it, Spock says, Joost, please can you make a posable Keaton Batman? I'm not buying that Hot Toys one now after seeing all the QC issues. Yeah, that's gonna be, well, I don't know. Is that something you've thought about? I mean, I know we're gonna get into some stuff, but
like, well, we can address that first. So I got a link. Somebody sent a video. Justin's Collection did a review of our seated Batman, and he put the figure next to the Hot Toys, because I don't have that one. I only have the DX09, right? And it was kind of shocking, the difference. So, all right. So here's the thing, and I've been saying this before. So if people are listening, our contract renewal is coming up next year. My end game is to get direct access to the United States.
When you mean contract renewal, what is that for specifically?
Oh, sorry, this is Warner Brothers Batman. So we've gotten they do 3-year terms, and so we're in our second contract now, and right midway they start talking about the renewal for the contract for 2027.
Okay.
And if there's no budging on selling figures to North America, then I'm not interested in playing nice anymore, and I'll just start making Batmans and that sort of thing too. And so, because my pitch has always been to Warner Brothers, we're not competitors. We're making the how do you say this?
Kind of like tertiary figures of
yeah, and popular... so complementary is the word I'm looking for. So to complement your collection, the Hot Toys. I don't want to. I want to get in the way of Hot Toys, but yeah. So that's the only thing stopping me to answer your question about the 1989 Batman. But if in the coming months it seems like there's no budging on that, then the first thing I will do is develop more head sculpts, more expressions, and do start with a 1989 and then a 1992, because there is a lot to be gained.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I mean, I know Hot Toys is obviously doing it. Who knows if InArt's doing stuff? I don't know if there's going to be like, will it become I wonder if it'll be a thing where like the Dark Knight Joker, for example, where like all of a sudden everybody's making them, and is it oversaturating, or are they going to be okay with that? Or do we just have, well, certain people just have certain loyalties to certain companies, yada, yada, that type of thing. And like, can we go from that, like from a licensing standpoint, right? I wonder if they factor that stuff in, and be like, well, it's
hard. It's hard to say. So right now, from what I've heard, the Sideshow Hot Toys combo really put the screws to the US team, and there's no room. That was for the previous negotiations. We'll just see how it goes now. See, the thing is, lots of people have a lot of ideas about what all the things we should make. And usually it's not a question of, do you have enough product ideas that are a dime a dozen. What is the smart move? And so there's just so much. I mean, we could still do Poison Ivy. We still have the 1966 line with maybe do because nobody's doing a 1966 Batman and Robin after that. The Hot Toys one years and years ago. So that to me sounds like a bigger step and a less saturated market to do first, right? Which is why I can still give it some time before I make a decision on whether or not we are going to do our own version of the 1989 Batman. Like I said, there are many others. 2022 Catwoman.
Because I don't think that's ever fucking happening.
Right.
I just don't see anybody like InArt's not doing it. Hot Toys not. I mean, never say never, but it sure doesn't look like they're doing it, right? So
yeah.
I would also say too. Well, go ahead.
Yeah. So it's definitely on my list to do a 1989 Batman. I'm going to wait the next couple of months to see how the new negotiations go. If they don't play ball, then I might just greenlight that and do our own version.
Well, and I was going to say that just to kind of follow up your point there is that you had a 3-year contract, and so a lot can happen from that initial, right? As you're saying, like, hey, I'm coming in, I just got a contract with you guys, this is awesome, here's the stipulations. But now 3 years have passed, you guys have seen results, whether it's sales numbers, whatever, respect to the IP, all of they have all this data now that they didn't have before you started,
right?
So it kind of gives you a bit more negotiating maybe power or leverage on certain things, right? And but the perception is now different because now they have something tangible that they can look back on.
Right?
The analytics are now there. Go, oh, we can okay, maybe we can do this now.
Yeah. So for the European, so there's basically 3 regions and there's 3 presidents, and so there's the Americas, then there's all of Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and then there's Asia Pacific, right? And they all have their own presidents, and then there's the big global one. So in that middle column, we are one of the biggest partners already because of what we're doing, and with the figures, and especially with Catwoman doing the way she's, because we're talking about that in a later in the show. with the Catwoman sales going the way they are. People are taking notice, which is one of the reasons I wanted to come to USA and look these people in the eye, give shake hands and see what we can do. So yeah, I hope
that will be well. That's the other thing. And at first, a couple of people were telling me my mic's a little low. I don't know if it's better now, guys. Let me know. A couple of you guys messaged me, but
sounds good to me.
Okay, I thought so. I thought we sounded good, but I don't know how for YouTube's, whatever. But I would say that is so important just in life in general, right? You want to do something, you need to get, whether it's boots on the ground, to negotiating. I mean, we can talk over text, we can talk over a Zoom, but like going somewhere and making the trip is huge.
Makes a difference. Yeah,
huge. Yeah, because not only is it meeting people, maybe you go out to have dinner, you have a lunch meeting or something, or you have drinks, and you get to kind of know each other more on a personal level, and that's huge. That's a big. That's a big thing. That is a big thing. So, but I do have a couple super chats real quick, guys. I'm gonna try to get to. We got a lot to talk about, guys. So I do appreciate you guys hit that like. Subscribe if you're new. Hey, it's fun, man. But Bob Dylan for 5. Thank you so much, dude. Sorry if I missed it. When can we expect final production pics of the 92 Catwoman?
So that's in steps, right? So there's a couple of pictures in the folders, and also a couple of pictures that are already shared, which is for like the suit and the body. Those are the final production pictures of that. And then I think so. It's we're shooting for April, so let's make it May to be sure, Bob, that the final production pictures of the whole Catwoman are going to be around May. This also jumps nicely to the question I also get is, when are you closing pre-orders? So usually we close pre-orders when we show final production, so that people know, or even before if we have to, so we can show what you're getting before you commit, right? So it's going to be somewhere Q2 that we are closing pre-orders. Now that doesn't mean it won't be for sale, but you will be taking kind of a gamble, because right about that time we will be talking to our partners and the people who buy from us, like a Todd at Spec Fiction or 16KIT, right? And they might buy a bunch and then you could buy from them, but that you'd be taking a guess, basically. Also important to note, so the first production batch has been set. So basically 90 to 95% of the people who ordered up until this point will be in that first batch. But anyone who orders from today forward, and probably like in the last couple of weeks, you're going to be in batch 2, and that has yet to be scheduled. So so basically it's like June, July for the first batch, might be September, October for the second batch. So that's of course another downside of waiting. You will be getting yours later. So I hope that answers your question, Bob. And later in the stream, we'll go through the pictures of what we have shown and what we do know for final. But the final thing, let's say May, and it will be at San Diego Comic-Con.
So no matter what, you're going to see it at San Diego, regardless.
Yeah. But if you might want to know, because I'm going to be closing pre-orders before then, I think, because we have to commit to a second batch. I need to know what kind of numbers to do, and so I just need. I mean, people have waited now for a while, and they know what we do. We've been in business long enough, and we've shown with the seated Batman that even for a very small budget, we can do. We can pack a punch even for $125 if you look at the figure and the sculpt. So if that plus what we show you in the next couple of months, including the final production version, doesn't convince you, then I'm sorry.
No, totally makes sense. No, I appreciate the response for Bob, of course. And Brother Cousins for 5, man. Thanks so much, brother, man. So excited for KITT. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey, nice,
man.
We've got some stuff to show you about there. And you've got some exclusive footage in one of the folders that has not been shown yet.
Oh.
So about KITT specifically.
Should we start with KITT? Do you want to start with Catwoman? What do you want to
start with? Whatever you want.
Oh, God. Well,
let's do KITT because the people are excited.
Okay, let me see if I can navigate this here really quick. Guys, I'm going to try to get to a lot of you guys in the chat as well. We got a lot of people in here today, but a lot to talk about. If we still have time before 2, we'll go through like some Q&A stuff where we can just, you know, have some questions and whatnot here. But so
show the video if you can.
Okay, so I've got, well, there's two. Is there only 2 files here for KITT?
Yeah, 2 files. One is a picture, one is a legal line. One is the video, sorry.
Okay, so the video, let's bring the video up. And I'm going to see if I can share this with you guys right now. See if this kind of goes. Hide toolbar. There we go. Is there audio to this or?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can hear it, guys. Let's
go.
Right.
That was a video made by Joe, because we've made progress since the last time that we've been I've been online. The actual show vehicle has now been scanned inside and out, and we are the first.
That's what they were doing right there.
Yes, that's what you're seeing. So, and we've got a ton of reference material. We've never been this informed with this much detail, with this much data. I was going to say this early in the process, but like ever for any vehicle. I mean, we've got the schematics of the dashboards of everything, and we're just showing you the 1% that Joe and Universal Studio allowed us to share. So,
yeah, it was a little loud. Sorry, guys, I didn't know.
Yeah. So, basically, even though the thing is not up for pre-order yet, we already have more data, and we're working on a model now. So the pre-orders are going to go up end of March on our site and on the Factory Entertainment site. And this is, yeah. I'm already very happy to do KITT, because that's like a dream project. I've said this for years. Anybody who's asked me for an interview, what do you want? This is what I want. So these are the big 3D Leica scanners. So one of these things is well into the 5 figures, maybe 6 figures. And one of the things that we've done here is not only scan the outside of the vehicle like we've done for the 1989 and for the Tumbler, but we've also scanned under the hood. We've scanned the interior, and we've scanned even the bag, the luggage compartment. So to give you an idea, you get a point cloud, millions of points of where everything is. Now that's not detailed enough to like know the shape of a button or something, but that's why we have the picture and the drawings. But we do know all the angles and all the exact distances between all the parts, which is why we know this is going to be the most accurate one. It's the first one that's the season 1. That's the first one that's scanned from an actual vehicle, and we've got so much data together with from Universal and of course mostly Joe. So
who's Joe?
Joe is Joe Huth. He is the owner of one of the two original cars, actually, one from the first season and one from the 3rd season. He is one of the Knight Rider historians. Joe literally wrote the book or several books on Knight Rider, and he was on Jay Leno. He was on Jay Leno's Garage, and there's like this Good Morning America, I think he was on, and a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah,
he's the guy. That's so this is for people, you know, out in the chat who weren't familiar with that. That's amazing. So he has the original cars, and he's the one that fully scanned. You haven't really had that, so this is a crazy opportunity.
Yeah. So it's just, yeah. I'm so excited that, I mean, this is basically going to be a shrunk down version of the thing that's currently in his garage. That was actually on set. That was, I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned that some of the Tumbler was scanned as well, right?
Yeah. For the Tumbler, we scanned the exterior because the interior was something completely different. We'll probably get into that later when we talk about the Tumbler. So for the exterior, we scanned the original vehicle. That's why we know that we needed to make it larger, and the size differences, especially in the length of the vehicle of the Tumbler. So, yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, this is Knight Rider is going to be the most accurate version out there. Period.
Look, I'm just glad this is happening. I'm just, we talked about it before, obviously, but everybody with Factory Entertainment, with you guys, this is awesome.
Yep.
This is something I've wanted for years.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So to have that, wow, this is gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna be really awesome. But I do have a couple super chats real quick. Philly, what is good, man? Figurecraft for 5, man. Appreciate it, man. I must say, Bat-tastic job with the sitting Batman. Just pre-ordered mine. Just PO'd mine just now. Can't wait. Excited for 92 Catwoman.
Good. Thanks, Philly. Dude. Thanks. Yeah, man. We're very happy with how that turned out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've got Scotty T for $20. Dude, thank you so much, my friend. I do appreciate it very much, guys. Can you give a realistic timeline for the Arkham Knight Batmobile? Have you mentioned you have the license? Do you think 1/6 or 1/12 has a better chance of happening? And lastly, can you offer 2 options battle pursuit modes? Dude, thank you so much. I'll let you.
Ooh, well, so realistic timeline, I know I can't give you that. So right now, if you look at the projects in the works, we've just delivered the 1968 Batmobile, the 1966 Batcycle, and the animated Batman. Then we're working on the Tumbler and the 12-scale Batwing. Then the 1966 Batcave. I'm talking vehicles and dioramas, so figures is a whole other supply chain that doesn't impact this. Then we will be working towards Knight Rider sometime early next year. And then the next Batman project we would be working on. So this also answers another question I saw come in the chat. Is there going to be a 1989 Batcave? Well, right now we are working on one. So if things keep going the way they are going, then we are definitely going to make a prototype and then put that up for pre-order. Next Batmobile will be a vote. I've seen a lot of people ask the 1997. I do feel that we should, give that a fair shot. Maybe just start with do a back the build there, basically.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this about the 97. If you're going to do the 97, are you going to do it similarly to the 92 animated series, where like we may have to kind of scale it a little differently, or are you trying to do more of like a true scale of that? Because that vehicle's big, right? I mean,
yeah, that's my problem with the whole thing. And maybe you can futz the scale a little bit, but if I were to say I want to make it so that it's the same size as the animated Batmobile, that would mean, I don't know, that's like 75% of the shrink it 25% to get to that size. I mean, I would have to see in centimeters to feet and inches what you let's see.
Yeah.
Feet and inches. So it's 5.25 foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, like, so I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah. It's so difficult. So it's so difficult to answer that. And actually, that's the same thing with the Arkham Batmobile. So now I think I saw that Hot Toys has committed to at least an Arkham Batman figure, right?
Yeah, they've done a couple. It's been a while, but they have done a couple.
I thought I'd recently seen an announcement where they were doing
recently
another.
They released Nightwing from the Arkham line.
Right.
But they did like the regular suit. They did the Arkham City suit, the Knight suit, and the Prestige suit. But it's been a while since they've done the Arkham line Batman, other than like variants like the Hellbat version and like the Batman Beyond and things like that. The XE suit from Origins. Oh, you know what you did? You know what you saw? You saw the Arkham Origins. That's what you saw.
Okay.
They did do it. I forgot. They did do that like a couple months back. Yeah. But I always forget about that game because it's not really
good.
Trilogy. Okay. It's okay. It's good, but it's not the trilogy. It was like a one-off prequel with a different, setting. I totally forgot. Yeah, they just dropped that as well. So,
yeah. So tough. It is tough. And so, and since the coolest version of that vehicle is also freaking large, it gives me the same problem, the same nightmare as the 1997. I mean, look at the chat. Oh, what? 5 feet? I'm out. That's the thing. That's the thing.
yeah, it's big. Well, and the thing with Arkham too is there's a couple versions too. Like Arkham Asylum is different than I don't know much about. I don't remember City. I think you did see City a couple times, but in Arkham Knight specifically, you're driving that thing all the time. That's the big kind of Tumbler-esque tank. That they had in that game. So if that's what you're going for, that's going to be so more of a wait and see kind of thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so that's let me see. I have a picture that I've shown before that let's see if I can find that to show people my problem with this. Here we go. So share. How do I share?
You should have a share button at the bottom there by the bottom interface. And while we're doing that, guys, 200 in the chat, man. Can we hit that like, subscribe if you're new? We talk all the time, man. Hot toys, 6 scale stuff, other figure stuff.
Here we go.
All sorts of stuff, guys. We'll see. Okay, I see your share here. So, whoa, I'll full screen that too, actually.
Yeah. So, see my problem?
Yeah.
Imagine a 6 scale figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this is the most popular version. This is also what Cody was talking about with the battle pursuit mode. That's this one, right?
Yep.
So
because you can switch and the wheels change and get hydraulics and all this stuff. And
I mean, granted, even if all these guys are below average height, making the car look bigger, it's still it's so unwieldy. And then if you start thinking 12 scale, sure, but then the Tumbler and the 1989 Batmobile make sense to do first in 12 scale after the Batwing, right?
Sure. Well, listen, you and there's a lot to talk about, especially in the 12 scale, because that's going good too, right? We talked about before the 12 scale 89 Batwing, and that was the back to build. And last time we had spoke, I know you were saying it's a bit kind of out of pocket risk of sorts right now to kind of get into the 12 scale for it. Are you able to say was that a success? I mean, for moving forward, was that a good like stepping stone into 12 scale vehicles?
Yes, I think so. But all right, so here's what okay. I still believe that the 12 scale market is interesting. And so we are moving forward with that. And I've been very open about it. I calculated the price of 3,000 units, and I sort of bet the farm when I said I would greenlight it at 1,500 units, where we're still in the red, right? I'm still throwing money at this, and in the end, making a loss if that was where the needle stuck. The break-even point was around 2,300 units.
Okay.
Right now, we're close to 2,000. And I know, especially when we show this thing off, when it's out in production, it's done, we're going to get past that 2,300 unit mark. So we're going to at least break even, right? We might not make money on this first project, but we're going to break even. That's the good news. If I want to make money, I need 3,000, right? I think there's a good chance we'll get to that too, which is why I think the next step we should just keep going with this, and I might be a bit more careful with my price calculations next time to just calculate around 2,000 units. But the next stop, I think, should be the 1989 Batmobile, because that's been requested a whole lot in 12 scale. And then the Tumbler, because that's been requested a whole lot in 12 scale as well. And even if for future vehicles, it would stick somewhere around 1,000 to 1,500 units. I mean, that's good enough, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I think so.
So I would need to make different calculations, because all the fixed costs of tooling and product development are going to be divided by less people. So that puts the individual price up. So the opposite of economies of scale. But it's good enough to keep going. I think as more and more people learn about us, then that problem will solve itself. So right now, I'm close enough to break even that I'm confident we will break even, and that way it's a success and good enough for me to move on. So to answer your question.
No, no doubt. And I would like to just point out too that, I don't really dabble much at all really in 12 scale personally outside of vehicle stuff, but I think there is an incentive there when you have, newer companies coming through, like, InArt's doing a lot of 12 scale DC Batman related stuff. There's others as well. You have Mafex and others. It is still a really popular scale.
Yeah.
And they could complement, of course. They could totally.
It should be bigger than it is, I think. Right now, if you look at the sales, I mean, obviously, 2,000 units is already more than I've sold of the 6-scale Batwing, but not compared to the 1989 Batmobile. So, all this to say, it's still early days, but I'm confident we will get there with the 12 scale, and we are starting development on the 1989 Batmobile prototype in 12 scale somewhere around the summer.
That'll be awesome. Sometime this summer. Okay. All right. Awesome. TGD, what's up, my man? Thank you so much, dude, for the 5, saying any updates on Lynda Carter Wonder Woman. That is something I'm highly interested in. A good version of that is something the figure needs.
Well, go to the folder, show them what we have.
Oh, wow. Look at that. I'm already ready. Yeah. Look at that. So we have a couple photos here, and thank you so much, my man, for the 5. I appreciate it. I think we have a couple photos here, right? So this one is the newest one.
Yeah. So there's 2 pictures. If you click on the one of 2, the 2, you'll see a side view. So this is the latest one that we're currently prototyping, thanks to me and Sean have been going back and forth over Wonder Woman. So she's very hard to capture, turns out.
A little bit.
And I wasn't happy where we were with the sculpt at first. I was happy, but not happy enough. Like I knew we could do better, and so we went back and forth for a long time. And I really think that Sean nailed it now. I mean, especially if you go back to that one of 2 picture, the full front. I mean, this is her. I think.
Awesome.
Like someone said, maybe too much bronzer, but
no, and of course she's going to be rooted too. That's what we're looking at here.
Yep. So right now, Viola is prioritizing the version 2 sculpt of the 1966 Catwoman, the Julie Newmar. So right after that, she will start working on a prototype for no. I've asked her to prioritize the prototype for the animated series Joker.
Okay.
But right after that, so I hope to have the pre-order for Wonder Woman ready end of March, together with KITT, somewhere around that same time frame. So
all right. So anyway, guys, Joost, something happened. We will go ahead and give him a second, and then we'll get him right back in here. Hello?
I was gone?
You were gone.
Oh, okay. What's the last thing you heard?
I don't know what happened. You just disappeared, bro.
Okay.
You were just gone. So, oh my, it's a sector, the chat. Something happened, but you're back. So,
okay.
No, but this, so you're saying the last sentence I think I missed. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what was the last thing you heard? Because I've been talking for a minute.
I think you said something with Viola and working on.
Yeah. So she's currently working on the V2 head sculpt of the 1966 Catwoman.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
So because I wasn't, the feedback wasn't as good as I was hoping. So we went back to listening to the people, went back to the drawing board. That's why the pre-order for the 1966 Catwoman had been delayed, and that also delays the pre-order for the 1966 Batcave that we also have ready, right? So, yeah. So as soon as she's done with that, she might. I think I asked her to prioritize the animated series Joker prototype first. Make that, and then we will do Lynda Carter. So Sean is currently working on several expressions for Lynda Carter, and because we found out the hard way with. So let me see if I can find a picture of that, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So.
No, go ahead and take a look. As we do, I do get Webb's Love for 2. Thank you so much, my friend. Saying I'm all in for anything 12 scale. How are you, Joost? Thank you so much. Yeah, there's a big 12 scale. I mean, there is. That's definitely untapped. I mean, it's good.
I think so too. I think so too.
100%.
So anyway, we're working on a couple of expressions because we learned that with 1966 Catwoman Julie Newmar as well, that it's a good idea to have several expressions for people to choose from. So no, it's not certain that there's going to be just one head sculpt. What I do know is going forward, I'm decreasing the number of SKUs because apparently for some people that's stressful. Maybe there's going to be one version of Wonder Woman. Maybe there's a standard and a deluxe with, and then the deluxe is going to have extra head sculpts. I don't know yet. But I hope no more than 2 SKUs.
Okay.
So probably standard and deluxe is likely because we could also consider, depending on how it goes, like doing the season 1 and the season 2 suit in the DX version. I don't know.
Okay.
So basically, you're going to see a prototype of Lynda Carter Wonder Woman in March.
Okay.
And I hope to open the pre-orders then as well.
Okay, so next month we should be seeing the prototype and the pre-order for her. Then okay.
Yeah.
And then my brother Hector, dude, 16 Shapes, and when is Penguin the Penguin pre-order closing? I'm going to place an order, but not yet.
So Penguin. So like I said earlier in the stream, with Catwoman, we're going to be closing pre-orders in Q2 when we show the final prototype. Penguin is going to be a few months after that, so let's say summer-ish, that I'm going to be deciding the batch and batch numbers, and then I will have to have the final number. Then I will go around the people who are buying from me and see if they want to buy a small or a larger batch up front. So maybe there will be sales after I close pre-orders. I cannot guarantee that though. So if you're interested in Penguin, so if we could move to 1992 Catwoman, I can show something that might also be interesting for the Penguin.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull that up. And before I do, Rockamon Chris, longtime supporter of the channel as well. I have enough cars. Can I get an 89 Batcomputer? You talked
working on it,
right? So that is a working on, a working on thing. Okay. Let me, if you elaborate just a second, I'll go ahead and pull this up. You wanted the 92 Catwoman, correct?
Yeah. If you can show me some pictures from that folder.
I absolutely can. I absolutely can. Let me go ahead and do this. Bam. Here we go, guys. So we have some photos here of, let me see if I can bring this in. All right. So it looks like got the helmet and part of the is this the back of the corset or not sure what we're looking at.
Hang on. I'm trying to find the pictures. Oh yeah. Here we go. Hang on. Cause I want to, so nope. I'm going to show you some pictures. One picture actually.
All right. Is it not in this folder or something different?
No, it's just something I just downloaded. So I'm going to.
Oh, okay. Well, we can come back to that one, and then we can share this one. Oh, okay. So we're segueing back here to Chris's question. If you want to elaborate a little.
So with the we're working on this design. Andy Maniloff is, and we're working on actually making these screens work, because we're figuring out technologies to make working screens even this small, because we want to apply that with KITT working screens.
And that's similar to the BVS that you've done.
Yeah, but smaller. Yeah, because the BVS Batcave has the screens that are larger than this one, even than the larger screen. This is very small, right? So we're looking into what we can do there. But anyway, so we're working on this, and it's all going to depend on how the 1966 Batcave goes, and if that's making the numbers I expect and I hope, then we can do the 1989 Batcave, because those are
right. It might not, because that's a very specific demographic as well. The 66 versus 89 generation, right?
Yeah, but if I look at the 1966 products we've done, that's the 1968 Batmobile, the 1966 Batcycle, and the 1966 Batmobile. Those are all good enough to where I'm happy enough to keep, as I promised, that if people keep us supporting us, we can make more products. So the 1966 Batcave is next. After that, if that goes well, we can do the 1966 Batboat, right? So that, because that's also been requested a lot. So so that's basically so Raymond asks for the Batcave.
This is good, yes. So with the vault too.
Yeah, the thing is, if you look at the actual setup, there's this high platform that Vicky Vale walks up the stairs and goes to the Batcomputer. The Batcave is down those stairs on the right. So I would have
people just want a vault, bro. Just want a vault. It doesn't have to be accurate. It just be an add-on accessory. You know what I mean? If you were to,
okay, fair enough.
Build thing or something like that. You know, if your bonus, hey, we get enough pre-orders, we can throw in the vault as well, or something to that effect. Because people just want a vault. It's cool looking. You can open it up and put the little gadgets on it. Have any empty suit. Just take off the plates and the eyes and. I know it's not, like you said, it's on a different level, but nobody's going to care.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think people just want that as well. I think that would be, that would be pretty awesome. I mean, that's like nobody, but I think people would still be happy with getting a vault for sure.
Maybe then, like Raymond says, we would do the Batcave and the suit vault, and then a 2-pack if you want both.
Yeah.
Might not be a bad idea. Might have to talk to Andy about that.
Because there were customs, there as well. So, I mean, the people that are into 89, I think they're going to want a vault. I'll actually put a poll in the chat here in just a second, guys, as we'll look into it. Just to see what people have to say. But I'll go ahead and bring up the 92 again, because we're right here. And while we'll do that, I'll let you talk a little bit, and I'll put a poll in the chat right now for you guys.
All right. So this is basically the final version of the no it's not, it's this is still the 3D printed painted version, pre-tooling, but in real life you probably won't see the difference between this and the actual final version of the what's the word, corset. There you go. So if you zoom in there, we were talking about the stitching. So if you look at the stitching on the mask and the stitching on this is where we found out that the stitching on the mask and the stitching on the corset is actually different sizes in real life. But anyway, so those are like
thicker gauge. Yeah.
All right. So if you move on, let's see what's more in what else is in the folder. Yeah. So here you see the stitching on the final suit at the bottom, in size, that is.
Here and here and here.
Yeah, and then compared to the prototype. Yeah, so moving on. Yeah, so that's, again, the stitching, and you see, if you look at the close-up, you see that we actually have like valleys underneath. So this is all very difficult to tool, right? With these, and there's like holes that are ripped open and all that sort of thing. But we finally figured out a way how to do that. So basically, the problem is if you make it like that, and you make the plastic and you shoot it in there, then you get a space underneath where the wire would be, which means you can't take it out of the mold. So we had to figure out a way to fix that. So yeah, so that's fixed now. So if moving on to the next picture.
Let's pull that there, and I'll zoom in here in just a second here. Let's go ahead and there we go.
So here you see the final suit again, and you see if you zoom in more on the shoulders and the top of the arm, you can actually see, if you go up, you can actually see the stitching come up out of the suit. You see it's surface mounted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's now finished as well, to get the actual surface mounted stitching. And it's very strong stuff. If you can go back to the camera.
Yeah, let me come back here.
So here's a test sample. This is 25 layers. That turned out to be too much. It didn't look very good, but to show you the strength of the fabric, as well as how strong that surface mounted stitching is.
Oh, see? Yeah. Okay. So you've got some, there's some elasticity there.
Yeah. And even then there's no cracking. There's nothing. See that? And it's been, this has been here for a long time.
Now, is that just something you play with from time to time when you're at the office, just to give it
a stress ball?
No, really. No, I'm serious, right? Because you get to just kind of just mess with it and see, like, is it still holding, it's still good.
This is amazing stuff, but especially that you can just put this much force on the material and the stitching, right? And just cool,
that's
right?
What we're gonna need. Well, that's what we need, right? For posing. I mean, people want to. That's a concern of mine for sure. I don't like when stuff, I can't pose things a certain way, and then I'm like, oh shit, I ripped the suit, or or it's too tight and I can't articulate, and the elbow just drops, or things like that. So. Right. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Guys, I did put a poll in the chat. We're at 50 votes right now. If you guys can click the vote button, I'd appreciate it. It's just whether or not you guys would like a Bat Vault armory included with the 89 Bat Cave or not, so that you guys can pose, any kind of Batman you want in there. And just let us know in the chat here. Do appreciate. And I'll move on to the, this is the one we just looked at. And then.
All right. So here, this is the final version of the zapper thing. What's the word?
Taser?
The taser, right.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to scale that correctly to her hand. So I believe it's the center version, because you scroll down in the picture, you can see there's an even smaller version, but I don't remember which one was the most accurate anyway, but we can get it very small and still print stuff on there. So that's
That's
so that's
awesome.
the taser, very detailed. So as you can see, and that's a hand from production again. So this thing is really we've been working on this steadily and very, very hard this last year.
Now I forget as well. Are these claws die cast?
No, because we couldn't get the detail we needed on them with die cast.
Okay. They still look great. So I just wasn't sure. For confirmation's sake. But that looks pretty awesome, actually. A lot more updates since last we spoke. Okay, so here's another angle, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I like this.
Yep.
Now these are going to be fixed hands. Are these fixed finger positions for these? We'll have like multiple swap out hands.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I believe 5 pairs.
Oh, okay. That's a good amount. That is a good amount.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have another.
Yeah, so here's the video.
Oh, okay. Let me, just so we don't blast people's ears.
Yeah. All right, so, okay. So all figures basically come with like this kind of stand, right? So if you can...
I don't know if I can
go back to the camera
video, but okay, but let me bring this down.
Yeah, so this, but then white, of course, but this kind of stand, that's included for all figures from the basic up to the 2-pack, where this whole surface is going to be metal, and then there's magnets in the boot so that you're not limited to exactly where the magnet is when you want to pose it, right?
Okay.
But if you go back to that video for the diorama base, that's like a concrete type surface. That surface was so rough that we had an issue with the magnets not being strong enough to being able to put it in certain positions. So for that base, we're going to be including very small pins where you just put a pin in the boot and just put it on the click it on the base, and as you can see, it's basically earthquake proof now for all setups.
That's awesome. I see what you're saying. This is kind of just showing it in practice before, like, this will be the bat logo stand for final.
No. So this is how the diorama stand will be. So basically, this is the concrete stand where you have to imagine the window behind that. That's how you can pose her.
I see. Yeah. I see.
And then for the other figures, you'll get the oval bases with the metal top, so that you can pose and put and the figure is magnetic. So if you go, I think somewhere in the folder you can see how strong the magnets are. Let's see if that's true. Yep.
Oh,
zoom in.
There we go. All right, let me try to zoom in a little bit, and I'll zoom in even more.
Yeah, so those are the magnets in the boots. Even though it's like a 9-inch heel, that's upside down on a table, by the way, with a seamless body and a metal skeleton. So that's a very heavy figure.
Yeah, that's heavy. Yeah,
that's just sticking to a metal frame.
Yeah, if we can zoom out a little, we can see the figure in its entirety there. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so you've got the pin solution for the concrete surface, and then you've got the magnet solution for all the rest.
Oh, I like that. Ryan Cook's wondering, is the deluxe now not getting the snow base and only getting the oval?
I would have to check. I don't know what it says on the site, but it's going to be like it says on the site.
Okay, appreciate. While those magnets are not playing around, yeah, that looks pretty strong. So let me see what else we have in this folder here too before we look on. So we've got another here.
Yeah, so people were worried about the spacing around the boots that you saw in the previous picture. But you don't have to worry about that, because those were the pre-production version of the boots. And if you make these things, you have to incorporate the shrink as it comes out of the mold. So you actually make them 4% too big, and then when you produce the part, it's actually perfect size. As you can see, there's no gap.
So once they're final and they compress, then they're the right size.
Yeah,
that's pretty, as Jay says as well, amazing. Yeah, S-Beam, Blue Tattoo, a lot of people in the chat very excited for this Catwoman. And when is she scheduled again approximately to start shipping?
So I want to have something to show. So the US team, or one of the very high execs from Warner Brothers, is coming to Europe sometime in April. I want to have something to show to him. So the final version, a final production version of Catwoman, I can show that in videos and pictures in April, and then shipping for the first batch should start end of June, early July.
Okay, so not too far away.
No, we're in full production. All the bodies have been made. The suits have been made. Or for the most part, they're now printing those stitches on the surface of the suits, and so basically that's almost 20 layers of printing on top of that suit. So this, I showed you, that's surface mounted on, and that's printed in 20 layers. So imagine that each suit, every stitch is printed like that for everyone. And then, of course, every head is hand painted. So it's, yeah. Anyway, moving on.
It's going to be awesome. And then this, I think, was this just another angle, or are we just kind of looking
just another angle of the final version? Because someone who saw that magnet picture of the figure hanging upside down thought that the boots looked too large, and this is the final version of the boot. To put their mind at ease, it was.
No, this is awesome.
Right,
I know you shared this recently, the flocked the cat,
yes.
Right?
So we finally found out to do a way to do seamless flocking, and this is relevant for the question for Penguin that came in that I wanted to answer. So this is all nice, cool, and dandy. Also very difficult with the paw going in front of the mouth, right? Flocking that, but for the Penguin, we had to figure out a production technique that didn't exist yet because it's two colors. It's white and black, and it needs to be seamless. How do you do that?
How do we
for the Penguin Army? That is right. So, yeah, it's as you can see, it's a hairy cat, and for the Penguin, so we finally figured out a way to do that. We're the only company who can right now, unless somebody reverse engineers what we've done. But so yeah. All the cats included in Catwoman are going to be flocked with and haired like that, and we figured out a way to do that seamlessly for the Penguin Army as well. So it's not flat plastic or polystone or whatever people were thinking. It's yeah,
that's awesome. It looks really cool.
Yep.
Blue Tattoo was wondering as well if he forgets if she'll have ankle articulation. Catwoman, not the cat, of course.
About as much as Michelle did. So a little.
Okay, a little. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was even possible. Like if the boot itself is all like one piece, and then does she get a little sway in the ankle, or just barely?
Barely,
just a little bit?
Like the real thing. It's like
Okay, sounds right. I mean that she wasn't very maneuverable in that anyway. So I totally get that. Okay, so here we got another version.
Looks good, right?
Yeah, I think this looks great. There's a lot of people in the chat. Looking forward to it as well. Yeah, this is it's gonna be a nice piece. It's gonna be a nice piece, Joost.
My goal is figure of the year. This is what I want. So I've got my sights set high.
Dude, Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman is, that awoken a lot of stuff for us, man, of that generation. So I think, I think so. I think this is gonna be awesome. This is super awesome. And then finally, we have this final photo here. Yeah,
people were worried about the suit sagging, and so I wanted to address that. So this is just because she wasn't dressed properly. That's not how the crotch will look in the final version.
Okay. No, that's
so now for the exciting news. If we can get this ugly picture off screen.
Yeah, we sure can.
I've had supplier meetings all day about Catwoman.
Okay.
And I'm finally at the point where I can confirm, even at current production numbers and the pre-orders haven't been closed yet, which means I know there are going to be more pre-orders because when people see the final product, I'm confident people will be excited just like the Sitting Batman. I can start adding free stuff. That's basically the story.
Okay.
And
for the 92 Catwoman.
92 Catwoman. So I'm currently at the point where I'm looking at different ideas. We have a couple of ideas. The only question will be, can we afford it? And will it be possible to do that without delaying the figure? Right? So the one thing I'm most excited about is the idea that somebody in a live stream gave me, where for the extra heads and the DXs and the 2-pack, we get tiny busts made where you can display the heads on top of the bust. So you can always display your figures and the extra heads to have You know, best of all worlds. So those extra head sculpts are not going to stay in the box, basically. So
awesome. That's a good idea. If you can do it, people will like that. People will like that.
Yeah. So the only question is, so this is basically the idea. Let me. Can I show you? Yeah.
You can.
So this is okay. This is very early draft. No guarantee that we can do this or that this will be approved. So please bear that in mind. Window.
It's something that you would like to do, just not sure.
Crap. Hang on. Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Mike's in the chat. What's good, my friend Mike? Thanks for coming through as well. I also see 1/6 figure focus as well. What's good, man? Joost, add Michelle's autograph. Boom. I don't know if it's doable, but you maybe.
All right. So this is the idea. This is basically what I'm talking about. So this would be an extra included in the DXs and the 2-packs for the people who have the extra head sculpts, and then I still have to think about a way to reward the basic orders with a few extra accessories. To thank you for all the support. And now this is the coolest idea. Not only do we hope we can do this, so the question is, can we afford it, and can we get it made fast enough so that there's no delay, right? So that's the first caveat. And then of course, technically Warner Bros. Has to approve it, but I'm not afraid of that part of the scoring. So we're looking into acrylic cases for this as well, so that we can not only safely ship the head sculpt, but then that would also be an clear acrylic display case for your bust with the extra head sculpts that normally would be in
just
the box.
protect it from any kind of dust or debris or anything, and just have it more of a classier look. And that would be I don't think approval would be difficult. You're already making the figure.
Exactly.
Right? So I think they'll be like, oh, that's good. That looks good.
Yeah. So there might be like the things I expect to be an issue is like, oh, the logo is not right. Something like that. You can't say Batman Returns. It has to be like the Bat logo, whatever. That kind of thing.
Little things, but the overall approval's likely. Yeah.
So this is the idea. Again, I can't promise that this can work, but I can promise that everyone will get more than they paid for. Well, they're already getting that with if you look at the prototype versus the final version of the body, the suit, the head sculpt with the movable eyes and the separate eyeballs, it's already much more than the prototype that people paid for, basically, right? But now we're going to be adding more stuff, basically free stuff. And that's the same as the 1989 Batmobile. Support the project, and we can start adding free stuff because we get the numbers that we need, and instead of pocketing the money, we're giving it back.
Sure. No, I think that is a great idea, and not many people do this. You know, if any at all. Especially with like an acrylic case to go over it. It's going to be small, so that would be, I think, pretty doable, and I think that would be really awesome. That would be really awesome for this.
Yeah. And to add Feces figures, can these bonus items be shipped after the fact separately to avoid delay of the figure itself? The problem there would be the separate cost of shipping would be massive. I mean, any minimum shipping fee usually starts at $25 to $30, even if it's sea freight. So that would just increase the price. And then what's the point of adding free stuff if people have to pay for it in the end?
You're already going through the process now, though, too, that I would like to try to point out to people as well, right? Because you're doing this early enough. I think that if approval does go through in a timely fashion, that this can also get done with like minimal to almost maybe no turnaround time or delay shipping final product, if I understand that correctly.
Right.
So that would be really awesome.
Yeah,
that would be freaking sweet.
Thanks, Lynda, too.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome. I do have a question, and Hector, though, really quick. Yeah, I mean, that's what we showed a little bit earlier. Maybe I don't know if you saw it, right? So she will come with that taser. So that'll be awesome. We do have, and look, I want to know this too, so I'm not gonna lie. From Jedi Skywalker, with your rising fan base, will you ever go back to Star Wars and get a license? There's so many characters and Hot Toys and sites haven't done, and I know character wise, but even vehicle wise or even diorama wise, I mean, we've talked about this. Are we done? Is it a never say never?
Oh, it's a never say never always, but beyond that, I don't have any plans to go do Star Wars. I mean, it was always a passion project, and it's always a dozen things here. So and if you do a license, that's just not viable. I mean, we would have to have a market that could carry like 1,000 or thousands. Disney is
really requires that minimum guarantee of like X amount of units or things like that.
They are harder to please, and their standards are much higher, just basically because they can, I guess, which means
they can. Yeah.
I don't see that. I mean, with all the stuff that we can do, I mean, especially now we're working with Factory Entertainment and things are going very well. After KITT, we've already been talking about future projects. There's a lot of cool IP. They have access to Paramount. They're talking to Amazon. So imagine what could be possible with that kind of corporation.
We need Jurassic Park.
Exactly. Jurassic Park team, dinos, figures. Yeah. I mean,
maybe only I do, but I'm sure there's people out there that
but Jurassic Park makes total sense. So Star Wars is not on the list for now.
It's a bummer. I get it, because we all love it. We all love it, So AC Toyman though, Starcraft is wondering, will it be possible to purchase Catwoman bodies? Or is I gonna keep all that in house? You know what I mean? Like it's separate, like here's some seamless, like here's the body.
No, we're not gonna do that.
We're not gonna do that, Starcraft.
No.
I appreciate you asking though. But at least now you have confirmation. So I mean shit, dude. Well, what else we got here? We've got a few more.
We got a lot of folders. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
We've got how about I just pick one? Can I pick one? I'm just gonna pick one. You and I have not talked about this since we've last talked. Yeah. We thought about this collaboration here with Moduspace.
Yeah. So it's taking a little longer because we're engineering especially the light sheet to be to have a thinner border, basically. So I was hoping to open the pre-orders earlier. Same goes for the other stuff that I really wanted to open for pre-order. So I still expect in the next few weeks that we will open the pre-orders for this 1966 Catwoman and 1966 Batcave. But things are just taking a little longer than we initially anticipated. It is coming though.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, it's just a matter of time. I still think it's weeks more so than days. So this is basically the light sheet, but then to put that in the frame, you need a frame around it, and the frame I want the frame around it to be thinner, right? So
yeah, because this is something completely different than what Brian does over Moduspace. This specifically here, right? This
yeah. So the back wall light up is exclusive to the Cineboxes. He might use the same technology for other things, like I don't know, a ceiling light or something like that. I don't know, but for the Cinebox displays, the back light sheet is exclusive, and we're working on a couple of backgrounds for that. You've seen I think there's a couple of pictures of that in the box or in the folder. Yeah. So like this for the Bat Cave. So okay, so I won't be able to use actual Warner Brothers images. We've tried. The people at Warner Brothers have tried, but basically even Warner Brothers does not have the clearance to use just any frame from a movie.
But they can do, like, you can do inspired by kind of things that are not quite.
So we've made some very cool cave backgrounds, and like this for a
like
movie.
that works because you can't copyright the moon.
Exactly.
Right. It's just like, hey,
so we've got a couple ideas.
That's awesome. That's gonna be cool. So are you? Because I don't really know, to be honest with you. I don't know, and I know a lot of people in the chat might not know either. So is each case that you're gonna make, are they gonna be branded specifically for X product, or are some of these gonna be like? Because what I wondered is that if you're like, okay, this is a case specifically for the Tumbler, And this is a case specifically for the 95 Batmobile, right? Are they all going to be individually sized per those objects? And that will they in future, can it be planned through dimensions that you can actually have a nice wall set up, kind of like what we have in our back? You know what I mean? Like what you have, things like that. I mean, that's something planning through.
Yeah. So the thing is, there's two problems with scaling these things individually for each vehicle. One, it won't stack, right?
Right.
And two is it's going to be and two is it's going to be very expensive to tool. So right now we've gone for two sizes. The one is the 130, so that you can actually fit the animated Batmobile. The 95, which is really touching all the sides in a 120. In a 130, it'll fit much better, and it gives other large Batmobiles like the 1989 and the Justice League and the BVS all a bit more room to breathe, right? So
sure.
So the Cineabox 130 is for most large Batmobiles. Then we've got the 75, which is what you have up right now. So the 75 is great for the 12 scale Batwing, but it's also great for vehicles like the 1966 Batcycle, right? It would be too big to put that in a 120, and it's too.
I'm sorry. Wait, am I tripping? Is this the 12 scale or is this the 6 scale Batwing?
This is the 12 scale.
Okay. My eyes were like, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. So the 12 scale Batwing fits in the Cineabox 75. The 1966 Batcycle will fit in there. There's a couple other things coming that will fit in here, like the 1966 Batcave. So there's a line of products that will be great for the Cineabox 75 and then for the 130. Now, if this is a success, I want to do the Cineabox 100. That is a great in-between size for the smaller vehicles like KITT, like the Tumbler, right? And, if we ever plan to do our version of the DeLorean or something, like in full die-cast or something, or sheet metal, then you would need an in-between size for those size of vehicles, because those are all around 82 centimeters. So $100 would be great for that. 75 is too small. 130 is a bit too large, right? So for now, we're starting with the lineup of the 75 and the 130, and then the 100 will come after that as soon as these two do well enough for that.
Well, let me ask you this though, really quick, if I can, before we wrap on this topic. Is that
sure?
A lot of people, myself included, we know that the Modu cases are really cool, but they take forever.
Right.
They just do. So if you're collaborating with him, is production going to be going through him, and is that also going to be that long 2-year wait time? You know, what differentiates this between like conventional Moduspaces, essentially?
Right. So what differentiates it is the size, the light up background, and the fact that it's going to be in stock or nearly in stock. So for the European customers and for the basic the Cineabox 130 and Cineabox 175s, those are already in production. We've been working together since last year. Production is probably end of February or March. So when I open the pre-orders for that, either we can, some of the stuff we can ship instantaneously, or we ship within like a month. The maximum wait time I plan to achieve for the Cineabox stuff and the European Moduspace, because I can only sell the real I will also be selling the DF and the 6 series stuff, but I can only sell that in Europe because the people like Sideshow have the exclusive
distribution here for
right. But since I've been working with him for so long, and I've already paid him, and we've already been doing production, the stuff is going to be in stock in February or March, or be able to ship in February or March for European customers who want the DF stuff, and the Cineabox stuff that will probably ship worldwide starting March. Light sheets are a couple of months behind that, and then we have planned to basically send a container full, or order a container full of stuff every quarter. So the maximum wait time for that should then be 12 weeks.
Okay, that's much better than So
you've got the cool stuff that Moduspace does is I love the that you have no seams on a 120 centimeter or 130 centimeter thing, which all other things you have this center seam going right across your collectible. It's stackable. It doesn't break if you drop that front panel. I've dropped that a lot of times. It never breaks, you know, all that sort of thing. And then, but we added the seamless background, the option to get the light up. That you don't have to buy the light sheet because that, of course, is quite expensive. Then the sizes I think make more sense for 6-scale collectors who want vehicles and dioramas. 75 is great for as I've shown this, the 130, and then I hope to do the 100 series. And then the final SKU, the final unique selling point for us is it's going to be in stock. The wait times, I plan to have them anywhere between 0 to 12 weeks max. And of course, you get the Jazzinc customer service and the Jazzinc payment plans. So
it's not bad. That's a great answer. That's because I know a lot of people are asking, what's the difference? It's a fair question. You know, so
fair question. So I hope that explains it.
100%.
And we can sell the Cineaboxes worldwide because they are a unique product.
Right. So you're not like, you're not getting like hamstrung essentially by Sideshow or anything like that, you know, because they're not specific. Like this is not a DF60. This is our own unique
product with all different kind of things. Right. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, let me bring this up too, because since we were kind of showing it in your case, you do have this video here. I have it just kind of the subtitle here, but this is the 12 scale.
12 scale Batwing. Yeah. I think this is the final version in terms of paint.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing that needs to be added are the decals. And this is, we've also changed the vertical stabilizer. So this is a contentious point for some people. The 1-to-1 version that crashed in front of the cathedral has slightly more squared off edges. You can see that there. So the leading edge is quite squared off. There's not a lot of a radius. If you look at the scale model that they used, I think it's the quarter scale model, that has more rounded edges on the leading edge of those vertical stabilizers. People asked, can we have the more rounded edge? So for the 12 scale Batwing, we are copying the quarter scale model, not the full scale model, and it will have the more curvy vertical stabilizers. So I just something I wanted to address.
No, that's cool. I think that's, I mean, you gotta, sometimes you just have to do things a certain way.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons. I mean, I know. So, I mean, like, because you can't do both, right? I mean,
no.
Yeah.
No, we're not at that point yet to add free stuff. Yeah. But basically,
that is so fucking big.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just kind of looking through there and like, wow, yeah, that thing is huge, 6 scale. Jedi Skywalker's also wondering, how do the backdrops work? Are they customizable with our own images?
So technically, yeah. But I don't know if we will be offering that as a service for you to print. But I mean, it's so basically the light sheet is the only product out there that is thin enough to be workable, but still give an even illumination of your back.
Okay. So is that, let me ask you this. I don't know if you're familiar, because I have these glow boxes. You guys can't really see them. You can kind of see that one right here. Let me full screen myself really quick so I can point. You can, oh shit, my logo's in the way. You can kind of see, I have these glow boxes. These are 27 by 40 inch movie poster frames. Right. For the double-sided movie posters that you see, like, you know, when you go to the theaters and stuff. The whole thing is all lit, and it's got dim settings. You know, I can control the brightness, but it's like one giant white screen. So is that what you're talking about? That's what essentially this is?
It's slightly different. If you go back through the folder, you'll see the perforated. So there's all these little channels that go through that light sheet to evenly distribute the light on even though it's a very thin surface. And so technically you could just get the size. Yeah, that's exactly it. So all those openings are basically channels that lead the light through and evenly distribute the light.
Okay.
And so if you print it on clear plexiglass, and you can find a printer locally for sure, then you could just put that in front of the light sheet and put your own images there, right?
Yeah, in theory, yeah.
So but I don't know, because making one-off images for customers and keeping track of that through the whole supply chain might get troublesome and very expensive.
Sure,
so I'm not sure.
I think just for us as an end user, right? We could just customize. We can get whatever we want.
Yeah, I think so.
Cut it right. It should fit. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Agent Silverfox is also wondering, does European include the UK?
I don't think so. It's mainland Europe, I think. They have their own UK distributor for regular Moduspace stuff, but not for the Cineboxes. And we are the only sales point for Cineboxes worldwide. I've been approached by a lot of resellers and Moduspace dealers and wholesalers. We will only sell the Cineboxes directly from our site.
No, that's a fair question to appreciate. We'll bring this up as well. I know we kind of talked a little bit last time you were here, but I don't know if there's any more updates here on the Tumbler.
I don't know what's the last that we've shown or discussed. So this is basically the final design of the interior with the light up roof and all the buttons and the screens. So this is why we couldn't scan the interior of the Tumbler, because none of the actual screen used Tumblers had this interior. It had, if you ever want to see what's inside an actual Tumbler, go to Jay Leno's garage and Google the Tumbler, or on YouTube, and you can see what's in there. It has nothing to do with what you see on set. So basically this was a set on a gimbal with a green screen around to be able to show stuff through the windows of the Batmobile, if I'm making sense here, right?
Right.
And we're the only ones in any scale ever to make this interior fit inside an actual Tumbler, so that you have what you see on screen. That's what we talked about last time, right? Because they were different, to see like will this fit? So so this is gonna be our final here. Yeah. Well, not in terms of paint, but in terms of design and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So and what we're working on now for the Tumblers is also relevant for the question from Larson B. We're working on the prototype now. So I hope to have the first prototype with the new design show in March or April.
Okay.
And then we are going to be making 2 roof versions. How do I say this? So everyone who buys the black version will get 2 roofs, and they will be switch out. One is the closed roof with all the detail on the ceiling, and then there's the open roof like this. But as you can see, it has to move much further back than you've seen on other scale models to be screen accurate. Basically, the front of the roof has to be about in line with the seat. And you know this because if you watch the movie, then you see both Batman and Inspector Gordon stand up in their seat straight up as soon as the roof opens, right?
Right.
The way the most scale models in any scale do that won't allow you to do that. And that's basically...
And you're aiming to do that.
Yeah, with the second roof. So basically you're switching out the roofs to from a closed to an open version so that you can have the best of both worlds.
And then it's a different orientation essentially so that you can... Okay. This is pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Wow.
And then, of course, the subtle weathering to add much more realism and depth. You got the lights, you got the correct ceiling and the correct open roof. Then you've got the first one that has the actual interior that you saw on the movie in any scale. So, yeah, there's a lot more one-offs and unique and new things in this model than I was expecting. Because when I said years ago I'm not going to do the Tumbler, I thought it's it's done. But the more I study it, the more we could do that hasn't been done before.
Sure, it almost looks like a completely different vehicle.
It does.
I mean, from the untrained eye, I guess I would say, right? You can look and be like, oh, there's a Tumbler and there's a Tumbler. But when you kind of really magnify in, right, and really look at what you're doing, lots of differences here than other models. So to a point where you're like, this is entirely different. It may appear to be the same car, and in a way it is, but look at all the accuracies and all these details that we have not seen yet.
Yeah. And if you look at the side view like this, you can already see that it's much sleeker and longer than many of the scale models that are out there.
Yeah. And you plan on keeping this for now, or include? Are you going to do like 2 versions at once, or are you going to maybe wait and do another version later? I'm using the 22 Batman wheels as a comparison, right? Because you had one clean and one kind of weathered. I didn't know where you were going initially with this. Is this just coming out as this is what we're getting right now, and maybe we'll do some other versions later? Yeah.
This so I have a complete paint guide. It just needs to be, so first of all, it's not black. It's like a very, very dark gray, and then there's black shading and weathering on top of that thing in real life, right? And so it's going to be subtle weathering, and so that's the black version is going to be just that. So it's not like we're having a clean and a weathered version, because remember, for 2022 they actually had some clean and a weathered version for the So that was those were actually different vehicles. So for the chase scene with the penguin, they painted on the weathering. It's not that mud you see in that version as which is also visible if you go to YouTube and look at the Paris premiere. You see the weathered version is there in front of that theater for the big national French premiere. That's painted mud on set. So that's different from what we do here, which is just replicate the one that was on set. So there's one black version, and then there's going to be 2 camel versions. The one camel version is basically the same model as this, but just camo, and the other is the Canon version with a different, completely different roof.
That was from Dark Knight Rises.
Right? Yeah.
So would that then be branded as that? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Because this is Batman Begins right now. If I'm right. Okay. Just for people's, just for reference.
Yeah. Very good.
That is pretty awesome, dude. You know, he's not my favorite Batman, but Tumbler is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's growing on me. I mean, I'm a kid from the 80s. I love 1989, the sleek lines. It's been such a great product for us. But the Tumbler has its own coolness. You tend to fall in love if you work on a vehicle long enough, and we spend like 2 years on a single vehicle, all said and done. So yeah,
that's pretty. I'm with you there. I am, because I'm, like I said, the movies are cool. Don't get me wrong. But the vehicle was a little off-putting for me at first. But as I see it more and more, I'm like, it is pretty cool. It's just more tanky. You know what I'm saying? It's not that sleek like what you and I grew up with, that we, or even the the 60s version, right? I mean, but they're all unique. They're all unique. But I'd say, speaking of though, let me bring this one up too, because we do have final production here, right, of the 66, and I know this has been shipping already to people.
It's already arrived for some people. I think the people who paid for air shipping, they already have it. And it's so satisfying, because the people are now getting what I've been trying to tell them. If you see this thing in person with the satiny finish and that really cool popping, what is it? The pink cerise is what they called it in the 60s. That was actually used. And then the surface mounted bats and the seat belts and there's like I said, it's 40 differences. It's just I really, really like this vehicle a lot.
Last time I talked to you got me on this. I really do want this now. I do. I know. I'm serious. I do. The 66 is great. 66 is great, no doubt. But I like this, you know, and it's weird because the 66 is awesome because it's shiny.
Right.
You know, but something about that, because you remember when we talked a couple streams ago, I was turned off initially, you know, because I was like, oh, the matte color. I was like, but then you started showing me this stuff, you know, prior, like, you know, last year. And I'm like, okay, this actually looks, I don't know what to call it. It's more rugged, more, you know, obviously there's way more features on this vehicle than there were in the 66, but it turns out like this looks awesome, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just this is the season 3 car, and there's a lot that changed in the meantime with the different steering wheel. You now see the padded arch on top of the vehicle that wasn't there in the original show, and you know it's there's the rocket insert. The rocket tube is much longer, so this is basically much closer to the vehicle that most people had in mind when we first started, in the sense that. You know, most people are used to seeing the show demo vehicles that had the longer rocket tube, that had the rocket insert, and a lot of people were coming at me, you got it wrong. No, we had the season 1 car perfect, because most people make like an amalgamation. Same thing you see for KITT, where they add the super pursuit mode and all that sort of thing. But we want to stay true to the original vision. Same with KITT. We wanted to stay true to Michael Chaffee's vision, and this is the season 3 car, also much closer to what you saw in the TV movie version. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Damn it. Well, I got to figure it out because I think I like all these changes too. And you're right about you are right about that though, because oftentimes like what we'll do is we'll remember things that different than what they really were.
Yep.
Like I can say, oh man, I was a kid, I used to watch 66 all the time, and it's, you know, but then you forget, right? Well, what season was I watching? I didn't even know there were changes. Like I don't know as a kid there's changes. I just remember what I remember, you know. And then when you guys come in here and you know, talk to the experts, I mean, who are really like, you know, they know everything about these cars, and you really start to see, oh yeah, holy shit, this is different, this is different. Oh, I didn't know that color was different. Oh, they added seatbelts. I thought they were always there. Like our brains don't really remember that, you know. So it's like it's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Generation 23 is wondering, could you explain in detail what the William Daniels edition will include and what will make it truly special compared to the standard version?
This is just in talks still, so we don't know that there definitely will be a William Daniels edition. Okay. And what it will include. So I can't go into detail because we don't know yet. The way I had it in mind was just sell whatever, like a few hundred with his signature for the people who would like to have that plate, but basically the same vehicle. Because making different versions is a big pain, but I don't know yet, guys. We're just so early into the process.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You know, we bring a couple more things because I know we got to wrap here in a little bit. I know we just have a couple more things. I do also want to talk about this. This is the final production of the 2 models, correct? Of the animated series Batmobile.
Yeah. And the video doesn't do them justice because the blue and it looks a bit heavy-handed here. The blue and the white and the gray shading. But yeah, so those are the final production versions, light up features and everything. But and they're, so the thing is, we're right around Chinese New Year now. Yeah, nice, huh?
I'm sorry, you said you're right at when?
Yeah, Chinese New Year. So so these have all passed the American quality control team tests right now, and the thing is, I don't know if we can ship them now or in about 2 weeks when Chinese New Year is over, because otherwise they might be sitting in a warehouse there for a while, you know.
Okay, yeah, but very soon then, either way.
Yeah. So they're done. Basically, the blue ones are. The black ones are scheduled to be painted and finished in March. Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah, Ralph's got a shipping notice. Then then some of them did go out today. Great.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Ralph. Yeah.
Good.
Damn.
Yeah.
You get me on these things all the time. All the time, man, because I want that blue one. And you know,
it looks so classy in real life, man.
I believe you, because you're like, this isn't doing it justice. I know, seeing it, like, I bet you in hand, I'm gonna be like, oh
yeah,
okay. Remember again when we talked prior to, I was turned off at first when you even brought it up, just because of what we talked about earlier in the show, size.
Yep.
But you were able to make it work. In a, real estate wise, not so crazy, right? Because I think it ordinarily was, and I think this looks well done. And you're making figures for him too, and like Jay says, yeah, put me down for that version if possible. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So okay, well, we might have one more thing in here,
one or two, I think we didn't discuss that. So 1966 Catwoman. I don't know if you want to go over all of it. I mean, Seated Batman, we can show some pictures if people want to see it, but if they're like, we've seen it. Whatever you want.
We can. Well, we also have, for the Seated, you said?
Yeah, I have a folder with some pictures.
Yeah, I believe I have that here as well. And mine should be on the way as well. So I'm looking forward to this as well. I know a few people I know already have it. Probably some of you guys in the chat too. Speaking of in the chat, guys, about 200 in the chat. Man, can we go ahead and vote on this poll? We're already at 127 votes.
Wow.
In the poll, asking if you would like a Bat Vault to be included with the 89 Batcave, right? Which is the vault where you can put a Batman suit in, and then you put your Batman accessories on the side of the door. Vote in the chat for me, guys, before we wrap, and then we can look at we can tally the final thing. But
cool.
Yeah, so Seated Batman.
Yeah, so this is a couple of pictures I saved from people in our Facebook group. This guy put our head on, I think it's a DX09, not sure, but not our body, but I thought it was cool to give you an idea of how it looked on that.
And it looks like it fits.
Yep. The only thing not right with that is the color of the belt. That should be a dirty gold, but other than that, all right.
Yeah, that does look pretty cool though. I see. Yeah. Okay, so there's a couple photos like that. Yeah, I mean, that could work. That could work.
Here you can see the head sculpt.
Looks good. I think it looks good. This is, and he's not, I think you have more photos in here. I didn't quite look through them, but he's not super large, right? So I mean, like does he fit? Well, I imagine he would, but does he fit very well in both the 89 Batwing and the Batmobile? Like can I close the canopies perfectly? And
even on the Hot Toys version, we engineered it so that you can there's actually two rings between, so you can take off the boots, then there's two spacer rings, and basically make his legs too short by putting the spacer ring, taking the spacer rings out, putting the boots back on, and it'll actually even fit in your underscaled Hot Toys vehicle.
That'll be awesome. Wow. Yeah, that'll be fun. And you plan on doing these at all for any other Batmans at all? Was this kind of a one-off, hey, let's try this and see what happens? Or
just doing it there because there's a lot of people who just don't know. Go one back one.
I'm sorry. And this one here?
Yeah. People just still think that the belt should be the same color as the logo, but you can clearly see in this picture, this promo picture, that the belt is gold colored and the logo is yellow.
I see that. Yeah, totally different looking. Looking.
So that should put to rest the question of why is your belt gold when it should be yellow? It should not be yellow. All right.
Okay. No, that's good to know. Doc Smizzle, my bro in the house, also said the hands are very rich. I wish they were more flexible. Is there a way to?
Yeah, just put them in warm water, and then yeah.
Okay.
They're the same material that other figure makers use for their hands. Maybe it's the sculpt that makes them a bit tighter than you're used to. But put them in hot water, and you won't damage anything, and you can more easily move them.
Okay, so that might work. Okay, warm water, maybe a little heat. Awesome. Yeah, because I mean that happens a lot too with a lot of these figures. I always make a joke. I have a heat gun. I mean, I literally have a heat gun. Like I literally have a heat gun right here, always on, ready to go. Like it's just, I have it plugged in at all times for things like that. But Justin McFly, my brother's also here, peeping in from work. Positive vibes, everyone. Excited for Kit and 89 Batcave in 6 scale, of course. And then a movie canon also, man. Thank you so much, man, for 5, brother. Hello, Joost. If I completely pay off my animated series Batmobile, will it ship first batch, even though I ordered it months after it went up for pre-order?
All right. So basically, that's a good question. It comes up every now and then. So for everybody's listening, everything we do is first come, first serve. So there's a couple things I want to unpack in this question. First, let's just answer your question. So yes, possibly is the answer, because if we have stock and there are people on a payment plan who ordered before you, we're not going to sit on that stock until those people have paid off, because some of them, those payment plans run until September, right? So then if you pay off in full, you get that unit shipped to you before the people who have ordered before. So with in this instance, for instance, with the animated Batman, if you get the blue version, we have plenty of units in stock that if you pay off in full now, we could ship right after Chinese New Year. So in about 2 weeks, we could ship that unit to you. If you ask that same question for the Catwoman, the answer is no, because the first batch is already full. Anyone who orders now is going to be in the second batch somewhere in, I guess, September, October. We're not sure yet. We're planning that, but the first batch is already full. And so for Catwoman, that would be no. For the blue animated Batmobile, yes. If you want the black one, you would get it in March if you pay off in full. So then you do jump the line. There's also some confusion as to how this thing works. So right now we have 2 factories working exclusively for us in China that we've taught them everything, and we've got an American quality control team there, which allows us to send by sea straight to the US, keeping costs down. You don't pay tariffs, you don't pay any taxes or anything, and you don't have the delay of the thing going through Europe. We have to pay port taxes in Rotterdam and then send the thing to you FedEx Air, right? That also means that if you order in the first batch and you're in America, your unit might ship. So for this version, the animated series, it might ship now, right? It shipped today or in 2 weeks. If you're in Europe, the ship left today as well, but it has to go to Europe, then go through customs, and then we can ship it from Europe in the EU to you, right? So then people are like, you weren't clear about that. Hector said something about that, so I'm explaining it now. Everyone first come, first serve. So if you have, even though you might not get your unit first, if you have a limited edition plate, like say for instance 1966 Batcycle signed by Burt Ward, or the or the animated Batman signed by Paul Dini, that number is safe. Even though we can ship out from China to the US sooner, it's not like they get the lower numbers, because that number of that limited edition plate is assigned to you when you order. If you were first in line, you get number 1, period, no matter when it ships to you. So I hope that answers all the questions. We try to do everything as openly, as transparently, and as honestly as we can, and that's the way this is the way it is.
No, I appreciate that. It's a great question and a great answer. I mean, I know there's people have always asked that. I mean, I think at the end of the day too, right? It's like, I understand that not everybody gets on right in the beginning, but there are situations where, you may still get in early depending on the batch, but as of course, as far as Catwoman's concerned and everything, right? Those are coming out in that sense. So those early adopters of sorts, right, are guaranteed that already. So versus other stuff.
Yep.
Wow. Well, look, guys, we're probably going to wrap here in about, I give you like 10 minutes. Vote in the chat if you guys can. If you have any questions.
One more thing.
Yeah.
The 1966 Catwoman. Briefly.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let me bring her in. Yeah, I forgot there's so much in here.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. It's been a while since we talked.
I know it's been a while. No, it's been a while. We'll go through some of that, and you guys can ask some questions here. We'll try to get through some here. But let's talk about this. Julie,
all right. So like I said earlier in the stream, people weren't completely sold on the prototype. We've shown them the prototype pictures. So we went back to the drawing board, listened to the feedback. We're currently working on a V2. Viola is currently painting and hairing that, so it's going to be any day now that I can show you that, then put it up for pre-order. So that's the reason why the 1966 products are not yet up for pre-order. So if you can go through the folder, I can show you a couple of pictures of the work in progress. Oh, this is the Batcave. We can skip past that. I've shown that.
All right.
So these were the product pictures that we were going to use to open the pre-orders in December, right? And then people were like, yeah, the head sculpt is not 100% there yet. So we looked and looked, and we've gone back and forth. So if you keep going through the folder, you can see some more work. So these are still early prototype pictures. This is still very cool, and what comes with the set if you order the DX. But if you move forward, there are some more renders of the work that Sean has been doing for the V2. Yeah, here you go.
Okay, here we go.
So we're doing a couple expressions here and see which one people like more. But I really feel we're getting so much closer. I think we're there. If you go through the folder some more. So here, I like that. Yeah. If you can zoom in, we're actually testing out some real eyelashes. Don't know if that's going to stick, but those are real eyelashes.
I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is moving on, experimenting and seeing.
Yeah. So this is again V1, and this is V2, and I really think we've nailed her now.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I like this. Oh yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? Let us know. I see you guys kind of talking here on it right now, but yeah, that is maybe we can bring it up a little bit better here. Some of these, it's a little smaller. I know some of you guys are on phones and stuff too, but yeah, this is looking really cool.
Yeah. And there's one more that's unpainted render that really moving on.
There's one more left.
Oh, okay. So it's not in the folder then. Anyway.
Okay, it might not be in the folder.
I will have updates on this portrait fully painted and haired by Viola any day now. And then we can shoot the pictures of that so that people see what we will be offering, and then people can buy one of two versions. So I forget. I think we were going to make a basic version with just a smiling head, and then a DX with two heads that also include the angry head and the throne and that sort of thing. That's what we're looking for this Catwoman.
That would be awesome. That would be really cool. I see you guys. Some of you guys are funny. Guys, I'm going to end the poll in like 2 minutes. So we have 134 votes, guys. Please just vote if you haven't already about regards to the 89 Batcave, whether or not you guys want a vault or not. I think it's safe to say this is overwhelming right now. So Figurecraft says Anthony and Hector volunteer to shave their beards for unlimited supply of eyelashes. That is funny, man. So and S Beam saying Joost and team getting ballsy with real eyelashes. I applaud your efforts. Looking forward to a finished prototype.
Yeah, so no guarantee that there's going to be eyelashes on the thing for the final prototype. We're testing that out. Okay.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, guys, we'll probably wrap here in a minute. If you guys have any couple quick questions, we might be able to do a couple of quick questions, and then we're going to probably call it for this afternoon. Appreciate everybody. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. We're at 135 votes. Give me a couple questions, guys, and then we'll wrap. But we had 135 votes, Joost.
Yes.
87%.
Want the vault?
The vault. So,
well, that's clear.
13, I guess maybe you're indifferent. I kind of did as the verbatim yes or no. So,
wow.
But I think that's a good answer.
Yeah, that's clear.
Yeah,
it's clear.
And if it's possible to do it, I mean, come on. I think that would be fun. We have a lot of different Batmans, 89. Out there. I mean, they even dropped that blue and gray one, little armory. You can do whatever you want with that. People just take out the eye plates and the mouth plates, and just put a Batman figure in there, or maybe you make one. I don't know. That could be a thing too. Like, you know, like the sitting Batman, just make a thing, you know?
All right. I just sent Andy a message.
I'm sorry?
Please. I just sent Andy a message.
Okay.
Please add the 1989 Bat Vault to the design.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Done.
Like, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so a couple quick questions. Mikey D23 was, you showed a Max Shrek render once. Any news on that?
Yeah, no news yet. So I know I've promised this a couple of weeks now, or a couple of months. We are working on a big questionnaire that we will be sending to all people in the newsletter. So that's over 8,000 people, plus people in the Facebook group, which is another 18,000 people. And we're going to use all that information to let you tell us what should be the next figure after Wonder Woman. So it's 1966 Catwoman, then it's Wonder Woman, sometimes March and April. And then after that, it's going to be up to what comes out of the questionnaire, what we should focus on. And I'm going to ask from certain IPs that we have access to through Factory Entertainment, what other things we should focus on after KITT. So
okay.
So Max Shrek is going to be on that list. So if you want to have input, you can just become a member of the newsletter or the closed Facebook group, and you'll get notified when that Google document goes online, and you can answer that. And then you people, guys and girls, will decide the future.
No doubt. And by the way, guys, in the links, the description, there are links right underneath when you click, just view the channel, view the video description, and your Facebook group and your YouTube channel are both right at the top. So if you guys are not in the Facebook group, or even subscribe to your channel, because you often do updates. Well, you do on both, but you're often doing updates and taking community feedback on the Facebook group. So guys, check those out as well. If the season 1 kit is successful, what will define that success for you and could eventually open the door to a season 4 version with the super pursuit mode or a diorama?
All right. So in another, we've been asked this question before. We did a poll and it was like 15% of people were only interested in the season 3, season 4 super pursuit. So what will define that success for you? Well, first of all, to get the car that I want, which is sound, light, and actual working monitors. We're working on getting that sorted. I'm not afraid of the sales so much. I think with the input that we have and all the model, no one is going to have the detail and the accuracy that this kid has by a long shot.
No, especially
there's
what you
so
showed,
much people that have been asking for this that I'm kind of sure this is going to be a success. I don't know. And who knows? Never say never, but
never say never. Right. But I don't think back to back. I don't think it will be a consecutive thing like that. If it happens, it'll happen down the road. Thing, if it does. So, and Blue Tattoo celebrating 40 months of channel membership too. Thanks, brother. Always, dude. Are you interested in making the 90s turtles?
That is going to be part of the questionnaire, because I've heard that whoever had the license lost it recently, thanks to a message from a friend. Let me look at who gave me the heads up on that. So just wanted to shout out, so that I can't find him. Anyway, so I will be adding that to the questionnaire, but we won't look into starting that until next year at the earliest. Okay. OCP destroyed police vehicle is also going to be on that list, I think, because we can get there through Factory Entertainment. The question is, I think there's going to be other things on that list that are just going to be more popular, more priority.
Yeah. But RoboCop, man, make no mistake. I mean, definitely.
I discussed it last week with the guys, with Jordan and Barry.
Okay.
All right. Will there be an engine added to KITT? This is an interesting question, because this is something I'm very open to, but that is all. I think the way things are looking now, it's not going to be part of the initial release, and that is something we can scale up to if the pre-orders hit a certain number, which I do expect. So I really want it. That's why I paid extra to have the engine bay scanned as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think because this is, I think it's just cool to have that. And I know people appreciate that. So we're working on adding that. It's not certain if that's going to be part of the initial release, but I expect there's going to be enough support for that.
That would be awesome. And Jay, of course, wondering, would you consider making Stephen King's Christine?
I don't remember getting that request a lot, if ever, before. So,
okay. All right. Well, he's also wondering, but I think this is more Factory Entertainment's doing stuff as well. So I don't know in terms
that's also so. Basically, I discussed the concept of the questionnaire with Barry and Jordan and Tommy from Factory Entertainment when we talked last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. We have a monthly meeting where we catch up on the status of the project. And I said, and we talked about what's going to be next after KITT. And I said, well, I want to do this questionnaire. I could include a section on Factory Entertainment IP that we could ask about. RoboCop's car and Batcomputer Galactica were mentioned. And so those will most likely be on the list that we will send out to people. And then we will just see what people vote.
Well, you know what I think we'll do too, as a matter of fact, if you're down for it as well, try to schedule this because, I talk with, obviously Factory, so if I can, let me message Barry. And I know even though we've been talking about a lot of stuff that you're doing today, but maybe next month, maybe in March, sure. You can come on back. I'll bring Barry back and we can just talk that. We can talk full collab work, not you know what I mean? We can leave out the Batmans and all that. We'll just talk collab stuff on what's going on. And if that's something you want to do.
Yeah, I'm always open to that. The only thing I'm just thinking of off the top of my head is maybe it'd be fun to ensure that we have the results of that poll. So maybe it's 1 month, maybe it's 2 months. Okay. And then we can just talk about what people, so that gives us time to digest what people were saying to us and then give you feedback on what is most likely next on the schedule.
That'll be cool. That would be really fun because I want to have them on anyway because I want to talk about what they're doing with their figures and Battlestar and everything and Miami Vice and what's going on with the Mummy stuff but we can collab, we can talk on the collab stuff. That'd be fun. We can just kind of riff on, once that poll's done, we can talk about that and yeah, I think that would be pretty awesome. So a couple more guys and then we're going to get out of here. Was there an update on how the animated figure is looking?
We're still engineering the arms for the animated figure to get more mobility, basically. So March, we'll be showing that.
Well, the thing too, though, is not really a good movie version, though.
Yeah, because that's one of the questions I would have. Do you want the animated version or like the movie version? And is the movie interesting enough?
Movie version.
Okay.
Movie version. Mondo's doing a great interpretation, artistic rendition of theirs, which is really cool. There was the Nickelodeon 6 scales that they did a while ago from the Michael Bay stuff, but I have not seen. I mean, even NECA does the movie line in their 7-inch, and then they did the quarter scale versions, but in 6 scale world we don't have that. So
okay, well, it's going to be part of the questionnaire, and so we'll just see. Like everything, grassroots, the majority vote decides what we do. We listen. So I'll put that on.
No doubt. Yeah, but other guys, I think we'll probably, the Bat Lab is, of course, let me go ahead and bring this up too before we go. Are there any Batmobiles you're considering for the future Arkham Knight? And we did talk about that a little bit earlier in the show.
I've always said I want to do every one of them. And so I really hope we get a chance to do 97 and the Arkham Knight. Both are probably going to be back to build things where people will have to get to a certain minimum number before we make it, or it just won't go through. But Arkham Knight is cool, and we're running out of Batmobiles, and I want to keep making Batmobiles.
Yeah, well, you definitely have to do the 97. You
I
just
agree.
have to. I mean, one, Hot Toys already dropped their Batman and Robin, which are now shipping shortly, right? They just released in Hong Kong. They did the Mr. Freeze Arnold,
right,
who should be coming out any day now. So regardless of, what I mean, there's figures for that line,
right?
If people want to compliment, right, with that at the very least. And secondly, that's like the last movie you haven't really done, or at least the last Batman series, of them, right? So
I think it's inevitable. I just hope there's enough people to support the 5-foot+ version.
Well, you may have to play around with it. I don't know. Maybe that's something that you need to discuss if you haven't already with everybody. You know, put some votes out there and feeling, you know, the community. Do you want it exactly 5 feet long? Do you want it to fit more in line? You know, at least 4 feet. Like, is it possible? Is it doable? I don't know. That's a tough one because you want to be
My feeling says
but
if it's not scaled at least close, it just won't look right if you line them up, which is yeah.
I understand. I do.
So I think fudging is good and maybe even inevitable, Doc. But I mean, do you really want a 75% scaled down version? I don't know.
I don't know. Look, final question for the night. Larson's wondering, will you get into construction so you can put the addition on my house for all the Batmobiles?
Yeah, so we're starting to make figures and the vehicles and the display cases, and now we're just going to be building whole rooms for you.
Yeah, we'll get contractors out there right away. So now, guys, we would talk longer, but I know you have to get going too, and you know, it's evening for you, and I appreciate you coming in, you know, on the time zones, guys. So, but any final thoughts before we wrap?
Yeah, I really cannot wait for this year, because Catwoman is getting closer. We're going to be delivering a whole lot of product this year. It's going to be a record year, and I really want your support for the upcoming releases, for the figures, so that we can continue down the line. The 1966 Julie Newmar, so that we can do the next 1966 figure. We're going to be doing an animated series Joker, so we can do a Robin, etc. So just support what we've been doing. Let us make that 1997. Support the Back to Build whenever that happens. You know, I have the best job in the world. We have the best customers in the world, and that is not just saying it. It's just look at Trustpilot. I'm loving everything. I'm loving life. So thank you, and keep supporting what we're doing, and we're going to be making awesome stuff.
No, that's a great way to support guys. The more we support, the more we can get done. And
exactly.
And of course, guys, check the description in the chat. You can join Jazzinc Facebook group, subscribe to his YouTube channel. If you guys are new here and you like the content, we're always talking 6-scale stuff in some capacity here. So please feel free to like and subscribe if you want. And soonish, we'll figure it out. Soonish, we'll have you on. We'll have Factory Entertainment on. We'll talk some more collab work. And,
Excellent.
Even after that, we'll talk more progress. So
thanks.
Appreciate you guys. You guys have a great rest of your afternoon, evening, and we'll see you in the next one.